So, we talked about cooking on a boat. It can be a bit of a balancing act, although you said that it doesn't really get too rocky back there. Then you've got your, I guess you've got your sea legs on you that you found that perfect balance. But what would be the trickiest part about trying to prepare a gourmet meal on the water?
The trickiest part would definitely say when captain has to change the gas out.
Okay.
When he's got to change the gas tanks out is where we have to shut all the gas off.
Okay.
We got to shut all the gas off. We got to wait about 5 to 10 minutes so you could change out the tank.
Yeah.
And then we're back in
so it basically just delays you for a little bit.
It does delay.
You're like in the rhythm and all of a sudden you got to stop for 10 minutes.
But it's workable.
Okay. What's the most Florida ingredient that made its way onto the Thanksgiving menu?
Oh, wow. Well, the options, good grouper. Grouper's on the menu, yes.
That's on the Thanksgiving menu?
It will be on the Thanksgiving menu, yes it is.
Okay.
For in grouper.
Can you tell us how, or is that still a secret?
Well, with the selection of the grouper for the Thanksgiving option, it's going to be served with the same size with the French beans and the stuffing, and then Yukon mashed potatoes and the cranberry mostarda fruit.
Okay, so if you come on and you don't necessarily want Thanksgiving turkey, you can get grouper instead.
Yeah, you get grouper or filet.
Okay,
well.
Perfect.
That's another option.
All right, what's one dish on this Thanksgiving menu that will make people say, I need seconds and maybe thirds?
Ooh, the stuffing.
The stuffing?
Easily. Yeah, I'll be eating plenty of stuffing myself. So yeah, it's a great recipe. I love it.
We did touch upon this a little bit, but beyond Thanksgiving, what's one holiday theme that you'd love to create on a future cruise?
For me, it would be Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a perfect draw, right?
It most definitely is.
What's
very
more
intimate.
romantic than going up the river in a beautiful, intimate setting with a gourmet meal?
Exactly. I'm looking forward to that. So it's perfect. It's a great setting, and we'll definitely be offering a lunch and 2 dinners.
Lunch and 2 dinners on that day.
The great menu.
Okay.
I think currently in the works.
I think that falls on a Friday. So that's a perfect, Valentine's Day date, whether you've been married for a few years or you're just trying to impress that person you just met, I guess.
Exactly.
Right? And last one, for those who may be new to celebrating Thanksgiving on a boat, what's one thing that makes it a unique must-try experience?
The must-try is just being on the river, the scenery that's involved.
Yeah.
And the experience, obviously, with, the cocktails and the food itself.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Unlocking Tampa Bay. I'm your host, Brian Burns, and I'm joined here by the executive chef of Craft, Chef Joey Medellin. Chef, thank you so much for being with us on today's episode.
Brian, thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
To be here.
We've got a lot to get into. We don't have a ton of time to do it, so we're going to jump right in and get rolling here. I wanted to know a little bit about your background, how you got into being a chef, how you got to Craft, just what was your journey to get you to this point?
Oh, wow. So for myself, I always had a passion for the culinary and rooted in the family traditions. I was destined to be a chef. So being able to, work with the family traditions, not only that, gain the experience on the field, because I am a self-taught chef, working with multiple great mentors and chefs throughout 25 years of this industry experience.
Well, when you say family traditions, what does that mean?
As far as the background of my family, they're from Mexico, and as we all know, Mexican food is very traditional in the ingredients and the cooking techniques.
Yeah.
So growing up, my grandmother and mother cooking really, really brought out the interest in wanting to be a chef.
So you learned a lot of your techniques just from watching family, from doing it with them, just kind of that repetition of having that in your family background.
Yes, most definitely.
What was your first, you learned these things as a young kid. Mm-hmm. What is your first kind of, I guess, experience in your own kitchen or just working in a kitchen?
So my first experience was with my uncle. Actually, he's a well-known chef out in Texas, and he brought me under his wing. He got me one of my first jobs as a line cook position, and from there, I went off.
What was the restaurant in Texas?
The restaurant in Texas, it was an old restaurant, actually a 3-star restaurant in downtown Fort Worth, Angel Luna.
Okay.
It was the first restaurant I ever worked in as a line cook. At that time, my uncle was a sous chef at that time, so he kind of, hey, you want to cook? Sure, would love to. All right, let's teach you. So took me under his wing, and I haven't stopped then.
Is that restaurant still open?
It's closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked there for 7 years.
Okay.
So it's a great opportunity, great experience, and that kind of gave me it laid down the foundation as me as a chef to, develop to a chef I am right now.
Okay. Before we came on the air, we talked a little bit, and you said you came from Boca Raton. You just moved here not too long ago. So what was the journey from Fort Worth to Boca Raton?
It was quite a journey. Or actually, before Florida, I was in the Northeast between South Jersey and Philadelphia.
Okay.
And as a chef, there's a lot of great dining scenes going on up there in the Northeast. So I spent about 8 years Northeast, and now it's too cold up there.
Yeah.
Let me get down to Florida.
I'm from West Virginia. I did the same thing.
Okay, you can understand that.
Yeah.
So I moved to Naples. I was in Naples, Florida for about a year. And then after that year, I'd moved to Boca, Fort Lauderdale area, with a restaurant group for over 13 years that I've been with. And came this great opportunity down here in Tampa with Craft. And here I am now, 3 months.
3 months with Craft.
3 months with Craft, and it's been a great journey, and it's going to be a long journey.
Yeah. What was what drew you to Craft when you got that call and they said, "Hey, we want you to come up here"? Kind of what was the impetus behind taking that opportunity?
Well, as a chef, we spend a lot of hours in the kitchen, tons of hours, and close the kitchen. Sometimes doesn't have any windows, so you're seeing all of that natural light.
Yeah.
Well, you're working on a vessel. You're working on a river cruiser. That really interested me. And there was a lot of potential on Craft on the vessel that we're currently in right now, for just a great concept. It's a lot of influence from Louisiana. It was built in Louisiana. So me with my Southern flair that I have as, growing up in Texas, I've been to Louisiana many times. I think influenced the menu that we have currently on board.
So is everything happening on the vessel, or do you have like a kitchen on land somewhere where you're doing a lot of the prep work and then you're bringing it on the vessel?
It's all on the vessel.
Really?
It is. So it becomes challenging with space.
Yeah.
Like we basically rubbing shoulders when we're back there in production or working the line for service.
I can't imagine it's a big space that you have to work with.
It's not.
How many people do you have like crammed back there?
About 6.
Yeah.
About 6.
And it's the size of what?
It's the size of, wow, I'll say maybe the room of a studio. It's pretty small.
Yeah.
It's very small. We do have an open flame. We have an open flame grill. It's all gas. We do have about a 4 burner range. We do have a couple of stations where we do our cold sections, where we do our salads, we do our pastries. So it's a very tight and knit spot, but it's executable. Got a great team.
Did you get seasick at all?
Oh, not at all.
Like, was that a concern at all when you took the job?
No, that's one of the reasons I took the job. That really influenced me to take the offer was being on a cruiser.
Yeah.
Why not? I'm huge. I love the beach. That's what I do for meditation.
Yeah.
As a chef, work long hours. It's stressful at times, and for me, let's go to the beach.
Yeah.
And to be able to work on a cruiser, it's amazing.
So you love the water. You love that whole aspect of it.
Yes.
And then getting to see, I haven't been on Craft. I'd love to go at some point.
Please do.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Love to have you.
Thank you. I've been on the Pirate Water Taxi. We've gone up to Armature Works and back a couple of times. And it really gives you a unique perspective to see the city from. You see the river all the time. You see the buildings, but you never really see the buildings from the river. And it just gives you a really unique perspective of the skyline and what the city is from something a little different than just walking through downtown.
Yes, exactly. And at the same time, you're looking at a great scenery, correct? If it's the sunset or if it's at night, the city's all lit up. But at the same time, you're having a great coursed out meal. So I think Craft definitely offers a great experience, a dining experience, great service, got some great servers. The hospitality feel in Craft is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a unique concept and just room for growth.
Well, okay, so for our listeners that maybe don't know exactly what Craft is, I think pretty much everybody knows by this point. It kind of took the area by storm, this kind of European-style dinner cruise that you really haven't seen. I haven't really seen it anywhere else in the United States. So I think it's a really cool concept, and to have it here in Tampa, I think is a really big draw for our area. But just explain what exactly the concept is behind Craft and what makes it such a unique experience.
So it's a unique experience in a sense of it's a great experience with service in general when you're going in and having a 3-course meal. So our guests come in, they reserve their spot ahead in advance. It could be a couple weeks, it could be a week in advance. And we hold up to 100 or 120 guests at a time. We take a 2-hour cruise around the Tampa Bay River. And what's offered is a great cocktail beverage program that we do have in place. We have some great cocktails with three-course meal if it's for brunch or for dinner.
So you'll do, instead of, it's not just dinner. You guys do brunch, you guys do lunch, and you do dinner?
Yes, we do brunch, lunch, and dinner, correct. Okay. And sometimes it does become challenging when you're doing 3 tours or 3 cruises in one day, but it's well worth it at the end of the day. It really is, because the experience that guests come on board and they enjoy it. Yeah, all the time. It's phenomenal.
What is the path that the riverboat takes? Does it go up the Hillsborough River? Like, where does it go?
It goes all around through the river. Yes.
Do you see it? I mean, you're probably back there in the
I'm
kitchen.
Back there. I do go outside and meet with the guests and do some table touches. So yes, I'm seeing at times, but a lot of during the operations when our guests are eating their first course, second course, or third course, I'm always present in the kitchen, so I don't get to see too much of it. Yeah. But I will say, when I'm off and doing some administrative work, I'm on the boat. Yeah.
So you do everything on the boat.
Everything on the boat.
Be on the water.
I just want to be on the water. That's it.
I mean, if you're ever cooking, do you ever? I know the Hillsborough doesn't get too choppy, or there's not a lot of waves. But is there ever a time where you're cooking and something like jostles you? And
my first week, I did have an experience where I was just standing and I was actually working on a recipe development, and I thought that something was wrong with me. I thought, like, okay, I'm about to pass out. What's going on? But it was the boat itself that was moving from the waves. Yeah. Like, okay, so I got to get used to this now.
Yeah. And it took you a little time to get used to it, but it's something that, do you notice it now?
Yeah. Don't notice it at all anymore.
You don't notice it at all?
Yeah.
And then it's a smooth experience. It's not something where people have to worry about that they're rocking or anything that. Like the river is very smooth.
Very, very smooth. We got a great captain on board.
Yeah. How much different is it cooking on a boat as opposed to cooking, in a kitchen on land?
So it's a big of a difference. It's huge. With the limited space we have available, we do have additional storage on the dock itself where we do keep a lot of our product. Mm-hmm. And on the boat itself, it's very limited to what we can keep on board. So we have to make sure, based on reservations, that we have everything we need for the service. The last thing we want to do is, we ran out of something. Well, we're not on a dock. We're on a river. We can't swim to the dock to grab what we need for service. But it definitely has its challenges.
Has that ever happened where you guys have run out of something and you've had to dock and go and get something real quick? We've gotten a lot better
since I arrived, but yes, it has happened once.
Yeah.
But it's part of it. It's just better planning and preparing ourselves with the team to make sure we execute on a high level.
Yeah. And now you said you've been here 3 months now?
3 months, yes.
You feel like you've got the engines running now? You've got everything rolling like you'd want it to?
I would say about 75% there. Yeah. That I wanted to. Yeah. A lot of work going into the busy season. Yeah. Going into, in November and then going into December, we have a lot of bookings. So just getting ready for that.
What do you have to do to get that final 25% to where you're at like 100%? This is how I want it.
Just give me to 2025. Yeah. To get through the next couple of months, and I think I'll be going in after that.
All right. So, one of the reasons that we have you here is you guys have a big Thanksgiving cruise feast that's set up. And I looked and you guys have 3 bookings that day as well. You've got a lunch, you've got a mid-afternoon, and you've got a dinner cruise for Thanksgiving. Talk to me a little bit about the Thanksgiving cruise, why you guys would want to do one on a holiday like that, and also just kind of what a guest could expect to be served on a Thanksgiving cruise.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's, keeping the festivities of the holidays. So we're offering a 3-course menu for Thanksgiving, very traditional, but with some modifications on some recipes that we're going to be offering for the cruises that day. Like you said, the three cruises. We're doing a lunch, mid-afternoon, and we're doing a dinner. Mm-hmm. On the menu itself, we're going to offer a nice herb crust roasted turkey breast that's been brined that we're going to brine for 24 hours. Okay. As far as sides, we're going to do a nice brioche sage stuffing. Oh, wow. And I'm huge on stuffing. I love stuffing. It's a great recipe, man. It's very good. And then we're going to do some French beans tossed with brown butter and some almonds. Okay. And a nice Yukon whip mash. And then we're also going to make a play on a cranberry sauce. And it's actually a cranberry mostarda fruit. Mostarda fruit, it's a traditional recipe where it includes mustard. It will have some, obviously the cranberries in there as well. Some shallots, some fresh thyme, some red wine that's cooked down for for about 45 minutes to make a nice cranberry sauce.
Okay.
To go with for the turkey.
We got a gravy for that too?
Oh yeah, definitely have the gravy. Yes, great recipe for gravy. Just very traditional, natural gravy.
Yeah,
that we have for the turkey as well. But it's unique. I mean, to be able to celebrate Thanksgiving with us, we're gonna offer that great experience versus just being at home, closed doors.
Right.
Why not enjoy it on the river?
Everybody's done the traditional Thanksgiving at home with family. This is an opportunity to do something a little different, change things up.
Yeah, for if it's a couple or if it's a family of 10. Why not? Definitely it'll be an experience.
Yeah. Now you guys, is it mainly like large groups of people like that'll rent out the entire boat for a dinner cruise, or is it just if I'm with my wife and I want to go and have an experience one night, I can just go make a reservation? Well, how do you guys do most of your bookings?
We accommodate both, if it's a large party or if it's just a couple who wants to enjoy a night out on the river.
Yeah.
But we do accommodate both for large parties as well.
And then is this something like you're doing the Thanksgiving dinner cruise? Is there plans for a Christmas dinner cruise? Are you guys going to do this for more holidays in the future?
Oh, most definitely. Yes, we're planning on it. It's in the works right now as far as developing the menu for those days and getting a schedule for those holidays. And I'm excited. It's our first year on Craft being open for the holidays, so a lot of great stuff in the works.
Just like your normal menu, like that's aside from the holiday menu, does it change often? Do you guys have like kind of a set of a few things that you offer each time, and does that rotate, or do you keep it pretty consistent throughout the year?
So what we do is, as a chef, we work in the culinary program. We work with the seasons itself.
Yeah.
Fall, winter, we do change it up. Right now we're obviously in our winter menu. Some great options on there, but as we go along to other seasons, we'll definitely modify the menu, with local ingredients, what's in season.
Yeah.
Currently right now in the winter menu, we're more on the comfort side of it, where we do smoke some short ribs with hickory wood for over 8 hours. And that's part of one of the menu options for dinner. It's a smoked short rib.
Okay.
Very, very delicious with the parsnip puree. Parsnip, very great root vegetable, one of my favorites. And I'm a huge fan. The seasons as a chef, for me, it's fall and winter. That's it, because of the root vegetables. So we added that to the menu with the short ribs on the dish. We just puree that up with some cream, some butter, little nutmeg. There you go. Smoked short ribs with parsnip puree.
Okay.
And that's available for dinner.
And do your customer, do they have a couple different options they can choose from their
Most
entree,
definitely.
or is it something where it's like everybody is served the same entree?
No, we do have 5 entrees on the menu for choosing for brunch and for dinner. For dinner, we do have a craft catch of the day, which is I work with our local fish purveyors and see what's in season or see what's available. Great catch. It could be a nice red snapper. It could be obviously a good Floridian grouper.
Yeah.
It could be the branzino. But we also have everybody's favorite, which is our filet, beef tenderloin filet on the menu.
Yeah.
With a nice Yukon mash and a bordelaise sauce.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a 5 entree selection.
Sounds delicious. I can't wait to try it out sometime.
Please come by.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to now. I'm going to have to bring my wife. I'll have to get a babysitter.
Yes.
We got a 2-year-old right now, so I have to get a babysitter.
Okay,
we'll come just
get
the
that
two of us.
babysitter and come on board.
All right.
We'll take care of you.
If someone wants to book a cruise, whether it's Thanksgiving, whether it's sometime around Christmas, whether it's just a normal day of the week and they want to do something special, how can they book a cruise with you guys?
So they will book through reservations.crafttampa.com.
Okay. Crafttampa.com.
That's it.
Okay. It's that easy.
It's that easy. It's that simple.
And do you have to reserve like well in advance, or if like I wanted to do something next week, would I be able to get a reservation?
I'm sure you can. Yeah, most definitely. Yes. We always have a lot of openings.
Okay.
But get them in as soon as possible, especially leading up to, now in November and going into December, it's going to fill up real quick.
Yeah,
so.
now it's getting to be the busy season. We got a lot of tourists that are starting to filter in, so I'm sure it'll be very, very popular.
Yeah, most definitely will.
Chef Joey, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me here.